Hey everyone, Shabby here, and welcome back to the next episode of the SWE World Cup of Wrestling 2018. This is our last of the second round of matches in Group D from, whatever the bloody hell that is. It's going to be Ireland versus South Africa. And here is our first match of the evening. It's going to be Sheamus versus Adam Rose, which on paper sounds like it could end up being a drubbing, to be honest with you. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to this one, of course, with what happened yesterday in the match between Canada and Tonga. This... sucked in too much air. Yeah, with what happened yesterday between Canada and Tonga, this match is now completely wide open. This group is completely wide open, and it should be very, very interesting to see how it goes on. I'm looking forward to this one. This could really... Well, this one could really determine the group, because we know after the 5-0 win yesterday for Canada, Canada topped the group on 7, Tonga on 5, Ireland on 3. So Ireland need just 2 points here against South Africa to overtake Tonga, but have Tonga last in the group stages. So they want to try and get a strong result here, because if they do, they know they'll have an easier time against Tonga. If Ireland can pull off a 5-0 win against South Africa as well, then all of a sudden they've only got to win 1 or 2 matches against Tonga to guarantee themselves going through. South Africa, on the other hand, needs something. They need to do something special here. They need to... They don't want to be the only team to have no points, which at the moment they are. They want to try and get at least 1 point, just to try and save a bit of face, I think, you know. And here it comes then, Adam Rose. Interesting, isn't he? Very interesting, Adam Rose. Not quite sure how good Adam Rose is going to be in this one, but I'm hoping we see some good stuff from him. You know, he's interesting. He's interesting. Maybe not necessarily. I don't know. I wonder just how well he would still be doing, you know, if he hadn't have left WWE. Of course, he left because of issues with drugs. I don't want to say issues with drugs. He left because of what was believed to be an issue with drugs. He was tested, and he had a certain substance in his body for... Was it for anti-anxiety or anti-depressant or something along them sort of lines? You hear a lot of these people. Like, I once listened to it's a really good listen actually if you're not before. If you get on Colt Cabana's podcast on either TuneIn Radio or on iTunes, there was one they had with PJ Black, and that was really interesting. It makes you realise just how difficult life can be in South Africa. Now, PJ Black witnessed his own father being shot in the head. And it was interesting, the story, because PJ Black used to work in the company his dad run in South Africa. He used to work for that wrestling company. I think he was about 18 years old when he was riding behind his dad on a motorcycle. His dad was essentially carjacked but shot through the head and died instantly. And PJ Black did not look back. He literally got on his bike and rode to the airport and flew to London. That was his way of dealing with it, and since then he's just been around the world, and it's crazy to think, and I think it happens a lot with some of these South African wrestlers. It's a difficult life, isn't it? Adam Rose is, I don't know, I don't really see much of Adam Rose on the indie scene, to be honest. Not doing a huge amount, is he? I preferred Leo Kruger, to be honest. I would have much preferred if they brought Leo Kruger onto the main roster. Really would have been a lot better in my opinion. I think Leo Kruger would have nicely fitted into the Wyatt family, wouldn't he, really? Nice backbreaker there by Sheamus. Pin. It is only a 2 count. Sheamus now jumping up to the top turnbuckle. Yeah, Adam Rose, that was never going to work. Tried to go for the Ace Crusher out of nowhere, but Sheamus saw it coming. Took Adam Rose down, but now Adam Rose fighting back from the attempted belly-to-belly suplex. Sheamus now taking Adam Rose down as well, brings him back up to a standing base. And there's the bro kick by Sheamus out of nowhere. There's the pin, and there's the 1, the 2, and the 3 count. Sheamus gets the opening point of the evening for Team Ireland. Maybe made a bit of a meal of that one, to be honest. I feel like he should have done a bit easier for this one for him, but there was a Celtic Cross backbreaker earlier on. Boom, what a move that is. It's like a rock bottom onto your knee, isn't it? Of course, that was only enough for a 2 count. Eventually. Then it was the bro kick out of nowhere. Look at that, boom. Out of nowhere. That really caught Adam Rose out. And that was enough to knock him out as well by the looks of it. And enough for Sheamus to get the 3 count. So Ireland get the first point. South Africa still remain on 0. I'm a bit surprised. I thought South Africa would do pretty well in this. Maybe not like massively, like amazingly well, but well enough that they would be not necessarily a threat to win it, but to cause problems to the other teams. And Sheamus then does get the victory. Victory! What was that? That was... And here is our second match of the evening. It is going to be Jordan Devlin taking on Angelico. 2 young up-and-comers coming together in this one. Jordan Devlin was the only reason that Ireland actually won that match against Canada. The only reason. He won his singles match, and then he went on and won the triple, the 6-man tag as well. Both Finn Balor and Sheamus both lost their matches, so this is an interesting one. And Jordan Devlin could continue his dominant form here. Either that or Angelico could be the saviour of South Africa and get that point. They really just do want the point, don't they? Jordan Devlin. I'm looking forward to seeing more Jordan Devlin. I don't know. I like him more in the game than I do in real life, to be honest with you. But in real life, he was a little bit bland. I think there's being good at what you do, and then there's trying a bit too hard. And I think that's exactly what he did. Here then comes Angelico. Ah, bloody hell. Ah, I get it now. Sorry. So I've just seen the corner of my eye. Someone's put up a bit of information on the new Fallout 76 game, which is pretty cool. So we'll see a bit of that when it comes out. Okay, which means after this episode I need to watch it. I didn't think it was done yet. I thought E3 in the UK, I thought the Bethesda thing was like 2 o'clock in the morning, but it turns out it's not. It turns out it's actually now. Which actually now is actually half past... Is it 10:30? Bloody hell. I didn't realise it was 10:30. Well, I should be going to bed soon then. I'm bloody wide awake. It didn't feel like it's still light outside. Bloody deceiving summer. Hey ho, there we go. Right, so Angelico versus Jordan Devlin. The second point of the night up for grabs. Will Jordan Devlin keep on his strong run of form, or will Angelico finally break South Africa's duck of points? Devlin looking pretty good after those 2 wins in the first episode. Will have a bit of momentum. Of course, like I said, because this is a universe mode, momentum is a thing. You build up momentum. 2 wins in a row gives you a slight stat boost, which is going to make Jordan Devlin even stronger here. But at the moment, Angelico taking him to town with that trio of suplexes. Angelico trying to bring Devlin back up, but Devlin now with that dragon screw, taking the knee of Angelico down before heading up to the middle rope. Jordan Devlin looking pretty pleased with himself. He's only hit 1 move so far, like, but there you go. Big boot in the back of the arm then by Devlin. And a nice running code breaker. Devlin now sending Angelico into the corner. Spine first. And Devlin is showing some impressive form here once again. Now, I will say that I thought that Angelico might have the experience over Devlin here, but I said the same thing when Devlin defeated Chris Jericho, and you can't get much more experience than Chris Jericho, can you? Angelico now sending Devlin into the corner. Nice spinning heel kick. Angelico brings Devlin back up to his feet. Nice striking combination. Oh, into a spinning heel kick as well. Angelico now bringing Devlin back up to his feet. Devlin with a jawbreaker of his own. Angelico, nice reverse DDT. Angelico makes his way up to the top, celebrating as he does. Oh, big boot sending Devlin crashing to the outside. And Angelico really taking the fight to Devlin here. Knows that that Devlin might be the... Well, he's not the strongest. I don't know. It's an iffy one, isn't it? How do you look at this when you come into this one? How's South Africa looking at this? They know that Sheamus and Finn Balor lost their matches, but on paper they're stronger. So where do you put Angelico? Do you put him against... who do you class as the biggest threat in this match for Ireland? Devlin, who won 2 matches in the previous episode, or the other 2 guys who are better on paper but lost their matches? It's a tricky one, isn't it? It really is. But Angelico is really doing a job on Jordan Devlin now on the outside. Referees up to a 7 count. Angelico sends Devlin back into the ring. Wants to win this one legit, not by count out. Angelico now heading up to the middle rope. As Devlin gets back up to his feet, Angelico stalks waiting. Up to the top, into a lovely crossbody. I don't know what Angelico's finisher is on this, you know. Does Angelico have a finisher? I'm sure he does. I just don't remember what it is. He's just some sort of nutbag, isn't he, basically? Devlin now taking Angelico up into a vertical suplex. Takes him up, drops him down. There's the pin. 1. Only a 1 count. Big kick in the spine there by Devlin. Once again now bringing Angelico back up to his feet. Angelico taking Devlin down though. Rolls mode before locking in an STF. It's not the best STF in the world, but I don't know, using his knee as a bit of leverage is actually not a bad idea. But Devlin is able to break it. Oh, that back fist right in the face of Angelico. Devlin sends Angelico into the corner, but Angelico waiting for him. Gets on the back into the ripcord knee. Well, that could be Angelico's finisher. But maybe not. Devlin fighting back. Knocking Angelico over. Now Devlin, we get a bit ahead of himself, taunting now again. But he's allowed Angelico to get back up to his feet. But Devlin now with that running forearm. Into another running forearm. Into a Pele kick. Wow. Oh, lovely running twisting corkscrew crossbody, whatever the hell that was. Oh, and he nearly did it again, Devlin. He almost got that point again for Ireland. And Ireland are looking pretty good. I think that 5-0 loss by Tonga yesterday could be a problem. Package power drive by Jordan Devlin on Angelico. That could be game, set, match, you know. 1, 2, and 3. And Jordan Devlin does pull it off again. For the second episode running, Jordan Devlin is just winning matches. He's won both his singles now and got the pin in that 6-man tag as well. Jordan Devlin has really been outstanding in this video, and this entire World Cup so far. Offering the handshake now to Angelico, which is reciprocated by Angelico. Victory for Jordan Devlin, and Ireland go 2-0 up on the night. And here's our third and final singles match of the evening as Finn Balor takes on Justin Gabriel, or PJ Black, however you want to call it. Here he comes in, Finn Balor, the man with the longest entrance on the game. Well, it's close, isn't it? There are a few people that are up there, aren't they? So here he is then, Finn Balor. He lost his opening match, but it was against Kenny Omega, so you can't really blame him, can you, really? But I feel like he might have a better chance here against PJ Black / Justin Gabriel. Mainly, I want to call him PJ Black, but to be honest with you, I just keep forgetting to go in and change his name. You know what I'm like for changing that. We had the discussion yesterday with Kevin Owens' attire. I have not done that in bloody the weeks I've been recording this, but there you go. So, Finn Balor makes his way down to the ring. I don't know, on this one I feel like, on paper, I feel Finn Balor should get the win here. And to be honest, if Ireland do get a strong victory here against South Africa, then I feel like Ireland and Canada have almost confirmed themselves going through. Tonga are still in the mix, but after that massive 5-0 win that Tonga got, they gave it too much away to Canada. If Tonga had got 1 or 2 points against Canada, it wouldn't have been so bad. But they didn't. They lost 5-0. Only the third team in this competition to lose 5-0 in the 16. Well, this is the 17th match, isn't it? Or the 16th match we've had. So it's crazy just how that's happened. It really is. But there you go. It is what it is. As Finn Balor enters the ring, ready to go. But this is an interesting match. It's a match that I would like to see in real life, actually. PJ Black versus Finn Balor. Of course, probably not going to happen unless... See, if WWE really want to push 205 Live as a strong brand, people like PJ Black would be a good shout. We know they've got Ricochet now. But they've just got to try and push people into it, make it good. But, of course... Oh, I hate that. Of course, this is Justin Gabriel... It's Justin Gabriel's attire in that, so it's probably best off calling him Justin Gabriel rather than PJ Black anyway. I do prefer PJ Black, but there was just no good cause. I thought a lot of people would go out their way to make a good PJ Black, but no. Not the case. I need to watch Lucha Underground again, but to be honest with you, because of recording this, and like I said before about trying to get as many episodes done as I can before my holiday, literally I have watched no television at all since I moved into my new house, which is about 2 weeks ago now. I've watched no television at all, really. I've literally been doing nothing but recording to get 2 or 3 weeks ahead of myself, which is the most ahead I've ever been, to be honest. That's why I'm really enjoying this World Cup. It's I don't think I've enjoyed recording any SWE as much as recording this so far. I do love tournaments, so maybe we'll have to revisit this at some point. I did the G1 tournament, did I, a couple of years ago, as part of our Global Force Wrestling Universe mode. Now, I might bring something like that back as the King of Pro Wrestling, but because I've been attempting to do the King of Pro Wrestling for a while. But we'll do it again like a group stage, I think, because I quite enjoy that. I do enjoy that. Having maybe 8 groups of 4 people, each facing each other once. Everyone gets points, depending on your wins and losses. Nice Sling Blade. And, yeah, the top 2 from each group go through into a knockout stage. I think that's... I do like that, I must admit. I like the whole... I just like tournaments. I really do. And WWE did quite a few good ones recently. The Dusty Classic this year was a bit weird. I was hoping for a better Dusty Classic, to be honest, involving some bigger names. But, of course, we do have the United Kingdom Championship Tournament again this year. Which will actually, this time, actually develop into a British brand, which is good. It's more wrestling for us to watch, though. At the moment, I'm not watching any. I did plan on watching both 205 Live and NXT after Mania, and I've not watched an episode of either so far. I will start to watch NXT again soon because we're coming close to TakeOver again. I want to make sure I watch all the episodes and get up to date with what's happening, but yeah, it's just difficult to watch everything, isn't it now? So if I stick to 205 Live and NXT, I generally at the moment I'm just watching the highlights of Raw and SmackDown on YouTube normally. On a Monday or Tuesday and a Wednesday morning at work, I'll put it on a 25-minute video which showcases everything that happened on Raw the night before, and that's generally what I do with that. But yeah, that's 3 hours a week. I think that's doable though, isn't it? 205 Live, NXT, and UK Tournament. Nice Hurricane Rana hooking the legs. Only a 1 count. Finn looking strong here though. He knows he needs a win. Of course, he lost his opening match against Kenny Omega. Like we said, he wants to follow up with a victory. He wants to get off the mark. But if he does, that'd be looking terrible for South Africa. For South Africa. South Africa. Finn now taking PJ Black up into a brainbuster, and look where he positions him. Maybe I thought he was positioning there for the coup de grace, but evidently not, as Finn throws PJ Black into the corner, or Justin Gabriel. Now it could be looking like the beginning of the end. We've seen it before. The shotgun dropkick, double barrel right to the chest. And it perfectly positions PJ Black for the coup de grace. This could be a short one, ladies and gentlemen. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Finn Balor makes it 3-0 to Ireland on the night, which now puts them ahead of Tonga by 1 point, still having to face off against Tonga. So at the moment, if they win 3-2, they will go through against Tonga. If they lose 3-2, there will be a buffer match between the two nations. However, if Ireland win the 6-man tag as well, then literally Tonga are going to have to win like 5-0 to qualify, I think. Well, let me figure it out, because then 4-1. So if Ireland win the 6-man tag, Tonga would have to win 4-1 just to draw the group and take it to the buffer match. Or they would have to win 5-0 to guarantee to go through. So yeah, by Ireland winning their next match in the 6-man tag and potentially getting the 5-0 victory over South Africa, then that would potentially confirm Ireland as a team in the next round. Possible. Very possible. But Finn is very happy with his victory, and as he should be. This is going to be really good, I think. And here is that big important 6-man tag. Team Ireland versus Team South Africa. Will South Africa finally get a point? That's the question. So here they come in, Team Ireland first. It's great, just a bit of news popped up on my phone. Apparently, I don't know if it's true or not, like, but WWE is promoting the Bellas, Stephanie McMahon, Triple H, and Ronda Rousey as their mainstream stars. So the whole article is about maybe not having Roman Reigns as a big main event star anymore, but I don't know if it's true or not. I don't think it will be, will it? I don't know. Looks like crap to me, and still... Ooh. Is that actually happening? The Golden Elite? I did not realise that was happening. Wow. I need to watch New Japan Dominion. That's what I need to watch. They've just released a new shirt. The Young Bucks released a new shirt on Pro Wrestling Tees. The Golden Elite shirt. Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi, and the Young Bucks. And apparently it's the hottest selling shirt in PW Pro Wrestling Tees history. Wow. Yeah, Dominion was apparently fantastic. Unfortunately for me, I found out some of the results. Which is annoying because I really wanted to watch it without knowing. But now I know the results of the two biggest matches. Which is very, very frustrating for me. I know the result of the main event and I know the result of Jericho versus Naito as well. It's disappointing, but I still want to watch it because I know it's going to be top class. Anything that New Japan seems to do is top class. And Dominion seems to be one of their stronger pay-per-views of the year. I think it was last year as well. I remember, because last year I put Dominion on a memory card to watch on the plane while I was going to Greece. And this year, I might do the same thing and put it on a memory card so I can watch it while I'm on the plane to Turkey. Be pretty cool. Although last year I bugged it up and didn't get to watch it, but there you go. Hey ho, as is the world. So Team Ireland versus Team South Africa. Can Team Ireland win 5-0 or can South Africa salvage something from this? And I'm sure Tonga will be hoping that South Africa could pull this off. Because this could be Tonga's big chance of going through, as if Ireland don't beat South Africa. But then again, it's still a big possibility for Tonga to go through, but they're going to have to do a really good job against Ireland. But based on South Africa's, based on Tonga, should we say, their performance against Canada shows they might not be as strong as we sort of make them out to be. Finn, the big kick in the spine to Adam Rose, as Justin Gabriel drop kicking off the top rope to Jordan Devlin. Finn up on the top, waiting for Adam Rose to get back up to his feet. Nice Hurricanrana. But at the moment, I must admit, it's quite an even match. Angelico doing a good job against Sheamus, who's so pale in this game, isn't he? You underestimate how pale he actually is. Vertical suplexes there then by Angelico. Justin Gabriel gets caught with the back elbows though by Finn, who takes Gabriel up on his shoulders into a nice boot right in the face. Sheamus now with a power slam on Angelico. But Adam Rose catching Finn Balor from behind. It's so difficult this type of match because it is Tornado. You have to keep an eye on all three of your opponents and your two teammates as well, because they can creep up behind you, as we've seen already in this match. Devlin, nice boot right in the side of the face of PJ Black. And our Team Ireland is getting back in control. Finn sending Adam Rose into the corner. Angelico in control of Sheamus, but now Finn stalking Adam Rose. We've seen this before. Drop kick into the corner. If Jordan Devlin can take... Jordan Devlin does take Angelico out, and he goes to the pin as well, as Finn now hits the coup de grace. So we need to see... So Adam Rose is down. Is Sheamus going to go? Sheamus does go for the pin. Angelico's got his back to it. And they've lost. Angelico was paying too much. This is what I've got to say. You've got to keep an eye on everything. Angelico was paying too much attention to Jordan Devlin. Not enough attention to what was happening to his teammates. And Adam Rose was pinned for the 3. And that makes it another 5-0 against South Africa. They are looking very, very poor in this competition. 2 5-0s in this group, which really does make things very, very interesting. It shows just how strong both Ireland and Canada are. And if I was in Group C, if I was the likes of Mexico, Samoa, or Germany, or Puerto Rico, I'd be worried, if I do qualify, just how strong both Canada and Ireland look to be. But of course, it's not guaranteed easy. Angelico wasn't paying attention, and by the time he'd finished off that move and got back up to his feet, it was too late, and Sheamus had pinned Adam Rose off of the coup de grace by Finn Balor. So there we go. 5-0 win for Ireland. Now I've got to try and remember in my head exactly what the group looks like. But if we fade it in now, I think I've got it. So top of the group on 8 points is going to be Ireland. Second in the group on 7 points is going to be Canada. Third in the group on 5 points is going to be Tonga. And still bottom of the group on 0 is South Africa. So, of course, South Africa is out no matter what. And Tonga need a good result against Ireland. I think Tonga need to literally hammer Ireland 5-0. I think that's the only chance of really getting through. Canada should be okay. They've got South Africa last, so they should take the points in. It's all about fighting now for that top position between the likes of Tonga, Ireland, and Canada. Whoever does take top, of course, will get second place in Group C in the next round, which could be a little bit easier than facing up against the top team, but who knows. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do slap a like and, of course, hit that subscribe if you want to see some more. In the next few days, we will go round back to Group A and start our third and final round of matches in the groups, and we will find out who is going to be going through and who's going to be finishing top and second of their groups. And, of course, like I've said before, if 2 teams do finish on equal points, then we will have to have a buffer episode to basically see which one comes out on top. No goal differences here. It's all going to be that. It's all be down to just sheer ability. I don't want to just go by stats or anything like that. I want to see exactly who's going to win. I've been Shabby Gamer. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in a few days' time for our next episode of the WWE World Cup. Bye.